You know, in Jamaica, you know, we call this.
Turkey, Turkey, and then North Africa. First, these are the first. Those who did escape, those who did survive. So for over 1,000 years, the overwhelming majority of the Jewish people were living in Muslim lands. The oldest Jewish population in the world was in Iraq. At one point, half the population of Baghdad, was out of 200,000, 80,000 Jewish people. This is according to the testimony of this lady who visited Baghdad in the early 20th century. I forgot her name. She was an archaeologist and she was very active with Lawrence of Arabia as well. She was one of the political agents and she advised the king, first king Faisal of Iraq, the longest long. She actually describes Baghdad as, to some extent, Jewish city. And you had 80,000 Jewish people living in Baghdad out of 200,000 population, which is enormous.
So many Christians as well. The same with the Muslim Jews in Greece.
Yeah.
In one of the businesses, it was essentially the Jewish people that created so many textiles and just local business. They flourished as the city.
Almost everything. Everything that was profitable, the Jewish people were flourishing during the Ottoman period, the Ottoman territory.
And there was a very strong history of resistance as well.
There are Jewish scholars who claim that from the year 900 to 1200, 300 years, this was the golden age of the House of Israel under the reign of Islam. And this was predominantly in Islamic states, the Andalus, where we had practitioners, generals, scholars, poets, philosophers, you name it. Rambam, famous Maimonides, was born in Cordoba, and he died in Egypt. He was the private physician to the Sultan himself. This is a history that's not told by the state. Why would it? To the Israeli people. If the Israeli people were to realize that we have no threat coming from the Arabs or the Muslims, because we have a history of 1,000 years.
But that was bound to happen. They
It's so huge, it's so rich, it's unbelievable. But the Israeli propaganda.
Oh, they had to. They had to be seen. They had to be seen by their local.
You know how close a lot of Mizrahi
Yes.
Israel is founded.
Look, but the common, and this is something, there's a common denominator here, right? Netanyahu.
And when it's
Okay, fine. The October 7th, there was a bit of content they had to respond. We know it was not like March 2000. So it was indiscriminate. Everybody had to respond. Fine. And then we start bombing other countries. They have nothing to do. Yeah. Because he wants to spread, to save himself, he wants to spread the conflict because he knows American whatever will pass. Because now he's on the defense. The whole world is against him. Even from religious
Carrying out acts of violence in some of these Muslim territories for the Jewish people feel threatened enough for them to move to Israel because they need people to control. So a lot of Yemenis and Iraqis and Moroccan Jews had they ended up in
basically throwing a bomb at
what came to be known as the State of Israel.
And they are diehard.
yes.
Because
Because he knew, first of all, they've been bombing Iran and everybody, Europe and everybody.
was of absolute violence of their homeland. Their nation.
Do you feel there is enough Jewish element
Even when,
that's
for example, in fact, you know,
influential enough to make a difference?
I think this is something that I really hope for. I think as a younger generation that has more optimism in itself, I think we are seeing because there are two places where convincing needs to be done. Convincing needs to be done in the Jewish diaspora.
The red line,
Convincing
we
needs
did
to
not
be done
do
to the
that.
Israelis.
How do we do that?
So I think the easiest place to start, we're seeing that now, especially with From back in 2018, so peaceful protests of is that the idea of Trump back. The narrative that a lot of diaspora Jews are starting to wake up to is that there's a really, really strong, heavily biased narrative that is essentially
Can you release one again?
and we need to look further out and see that mistreatment is not, it's absolutely not the answer, it's not what we're looking for. And with movements like If Not Now When,
And she's the one who's talking.
Wait, how many have you got now? I'm losing count.
As they say, you know, it's group. No, it's free for all. It's fair game.
Yeah, but yeah, I think what I would like to say is, I'd like to say, like, as someone who is more diaspora than I am, having grown up in Britain with that culture, it's definitely going to be easier to start in the diaspora. And once because we have easier access to the narrative that Israel outside of what is living. And I think by going to these movements, going to these protests, and having our voices be heard in these circles, and having the general public be aware that there are Jewish people and there are Israelis with these opinions that understand the origins of what the country came from and what the country is currently doing and the injustices of that. I think that we can start to have civilized conversations with people on both sides.
You know, it was very refreshing and encouraging to see so many Jewish people in New York in particular to come out and condemn what Israel is doing. Them saying not in our name, don't use our name, don't claim this as a Jewish state. It's like ISIS. ISIS claiming that we represent Islam and Muslims. But they were like a little tiny minority that was committing acts of violence.
That also helps fill the Western narrative.
Americans will die. Now, they're not prepared. Osmania more
Abu Hanifa Imam Malik, the Muslim never had one leader. Did you know? In the year 132,
and undo all the things that you've done. So, you know, in China we have the very popular Buddhism. And we have seen thinking about the Buddhists in China was the popular philosophy. It's not the religion. You know that Buddhists are very, if you believe the Buddhists, you become the monk, very harsh.
life. You cannot eat the meat. You're total vegetarian. You cannot have a relationship with humans. You cannot marry. So the
No, on behalf of
so what doesn't Jesus say?
They're the old. And that's why I tell you. That's why I tell you very important.
So you see where like
Because Allah has preserved his deeds. Yes, but you see, we don't know. And you still don't read. You don't study. You actually
Last question that we addressed NHS. You understand? And also, you said something about NHS.
Apologies.
Because they went to the police station and they checked.
That did the same thing. Exactly. Once he says something, that person might hear about it. It's allowed. It's not allowed. Why are you so emotional? Be physical as all that. Say whatever you want to. That's different.
Apart from the very early period of the Prophet and his earliest companions and caliphs, they believed they were the best people to walk the planet. They did their best. Even the Prophet himself was very fair with the Jewish people. A lot of the time, people talk about one particular incident. You must read our perspective. You must read the Quran to start with, and read the life of Prophet Muhammad. And another thing I would like you to read is how the Jewish people actually lived with the Muslim civilization for over 1,000 years. That's a very interesting story. It's only known to academics, and even those academics who specialize in this. If you go to any standard historian who studies history, let's say, of Europe or Islam, they wouldn't be necessarily aware of this particular side of the Islamic history, okay, or the Jewish history, let's say. Okay. There are experts who have studied it. Unfortunately, most of them are Jewish, and many of them are Zionists. Okay, and I'm not saying only Jewish people are responsible. I'm saying Muslims also need to study that history, which I have done to some extent, and we need to put this narrative out, because a lot of people don't understand. People think Jews and Muslims are basically two worlds apart, and they don't want to be with each other. They don't want to live with each other. This is the Zionist state of Israel. This is the narrative they created, and they're pumping it quite successfully. There are people, journalists, politicians who are pumping that politics, yes. Absolutely, yes. We claim the same origin. We claim the same origin. Yes, I know. We know the differences. How the Jewish people practice and believe in the religion. How the Christians went their way and Muslims. Yes, please. Yeah.
Same question that we would imagine. What do you two think is the best way forward? By which I mean the most
Yeah, I
constructive
mean that
way
would be
forward.
interesting. I have a perspective on this. That's a very good question.
But that I think is a
yeah.
key question.
Yeah, I forgot your name.
Tony.
Tony. Sorry.
And I mean the best way forward for the
Tony is
people of
asking this
Israel
question.
and the people of Palestine.
Tony's asking this question like, what is the way forward? What is the solution? Now we know the history somewhat, and we know the narrative of the Zionist state of Israel, and we know how some Jewish people feel about the state of Israel. What is the way forward? Would you want to say first, or shall I say first? I think the way forward is to, first of all, not have the Zionists to be part of the discussion. Number one, because there is no peace with the Zionists. They will never want peace, they will never promote peace. It's like having ISIS on a table discussing peace with them. You're not going to have that. You're not going to have peace with a bunch of nutters who have committed a genocide. Would you discuss peace with Nazis? Simple question. After they committed the Holocaust. Okay, it's like me coming to the people, to the world, saying to the UN or global leadership, sit with the Nazis and discuss peace and give a piece of Germany to them. No, I would never provoke. So the world has to wake up. The first step in the right direction is the world has to realize that Zionism is poison. It's an extremist ideology. It is inherently racist. It is unfair, unjust, and it has to be confronted head on. Unfortunately, it's very powerful. It's very influential. It has many politicians in its pockets, as we have seen recently, how all these presidents and prime ministers have been making these amazingly shocking statements. Like, you know, they have no, I mean, of course they are condemning some of the actions of the state of Israel. For example, the British personnel who were killed recently, the aid workers who were killed. Okay, 20,000 children have died to date. Okay, many more thousands have been permanently disabled. Okay, this is a genocide. This is an absolute genocide, and the world feels very powerless somehow to express their disgust on this. So we have to step in the right direction would be to take control